It's likely that at some point in your life, you're going to have a problem with one or both knees, especially as you get older. Now, I'm one of those people that has a problem with my knees. So what I want to look at now is some of the exercises that I use. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physio, I'm not anything like that. I've had a lot of knee problems over the years, decades. I'm just going to show you the exercises that I use to keep my knees in shape. And these are taken from, someone that had probably the best knees that I've seen, which is Master Lou. He could easily go into low squats, well up into his 60s and 70s, and had a lot of mobility in his knees. So a lot of the exercises I do come from that. They come from my own experience from yoga, teaching yoga. They come from my experience of dealing with physios. I damaged my knee. First injury I had, I split my kneecap at 19 when I was Thai boxing. I had the bits taken out. It left my knee a little bit weaker. Then I've had numerous cartilage damage, which not all of it I've had operations for. Some of it I've healed by using some of these methods. And I also have had my ACL reconstructed in my mid-20s. When I reached 30, I was told to stop because of the arthritis was going to get worse, and I carried on. What I'm going to do is just go through some of the exercises that I use to keep the mobility in my knees. So what do knees do? Knees do this action. Yeah, we use it going upstairs, we use it to squat, things like that. They don't really move too much in this direction, but we do need a bit of mobility in there. The more mobility we have in the knees, with strength, with strong tendons, the better for our knees. So the first one we're going to look at is a knee squeeze. So I use this all the time if I've done too much on my knees, if they're a bit puffy, if they feel a bit tight. Now, if we think that if we're on our knees a lot, we get compression in the joint. Now that will cause inflammation, it stiffens the joint, we don't have the fluids moving through it. And if you don't do this, that just stays and it gets worse. So what we're going to do, we can do this on the floor or we can do this in a chair. So I'm going to do it in a chair just to show you, and it's a really simple exercise. If you have those tight knees, just pull your knee up. So this is my bad knee. I can't get it to my backside. I can't squeeze it in enough. This one is much better. So you just squeeze it in as far as it will go. You might feel a little bit of tightness in the knee. Just go as far as you can. If you can just get to here, that's fine. Then straighten the knee. You might be down here. We squeeze in and straighten. Squeeze in and straighten. What this is doing, this squeeze is opening out the joint. So we're getting all the fluids moving again. We're breaking down all the puffiness. It's just something that I've used a heck of a lot. Even if I don't have anything wrong with my knees, just doing these every day just really helps me. So again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physio. This is just what I do. So now that's the first one. That's the easy version of this. So the one I used to do when my knees were much better, I'm gonna have to do this one on the floor, is I sat on my knees. So we see this in the martial arts, in particular in the Japanese arts. Now, because I can't sit on this side anymore, it won't go low enough, I now sit on a towel. And I'll sit like this for a few minutes, just to open up this joint. This is great for flexing the ankles too. So, we get multiple benefits from this one. Again, you need to be careful with these. If you have problems with your knees, go and see a physio. Don't just go on the internet. Go and see a physio. Go and do it properly. Again, this is another great one. What we're doing is squeezing those joints. Right, so the next one we're going to do, which again squeezes the knees, and you might find this one difficult. So we're going to do the squat. So if you two can move it over a little bit for me. Yeah, Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do the squat. Now you can do this as, say sets of 10, or you can do this and just hold it for say 5 to 20 seconds. And all we're going to do is keep the feet flat on the floor, sit down, keeping our knees out. We can put our arms in between and just sit in that for 20 seconds. Just go as low as you feel comfortable. If you can't go low, go to here. If you can't squat at all, then a few things you can do is, if your ankles are tight, because if your ankles are tight, you can't squat quite as low, is you can put something under the ankles, under the heels, sorry, and then, without getting bitten, and then squat down, and that will make the squat easier to come down. Keep the knees out in line with the feet, don't want them buckling in. But again, another great one for squeezing the knees. Now, if you can't go that low or you find it difficult, you can use assistance. So you can hang on to a door handle. If you've got a strap that you can attach to a door, which you can buy these online, you can do that. Or you can just hold onto a chair, use the weight of the chair to help you to go low. And then you come back up again. So the Asian squat is one of our natural movements. We should squat all the time. If you're getting older, learn to squat. It improves your mobility. It means you can stand up better. You can get up better. It will also start building the strength in your knees, as well as getting that nice squeeze. So you can hear that noise, that's them playing. So the other one we do in the Chinese martial arts, we put our hands on our knees and we squat down, and we do 32 of these. And this is a great one to do for a warm up. So if you need to warm up, just get your knees moving a bit. Start high, start here. If you can't go that low, gradually bring yourself down lower, but don't let your heels come up. Try and keep your heels flat on the floor. Okay, the next one, building our strength, one of my favorites, Mabu. Keep the knees out, squat down and hold it. So if you can hold this one for 5 minutes, that's brilliant. If you can start at 30 seconds, brilliant. Just stay low, try not to push up. Start building the strength. If you build the strength in the thighs, the muscles around the knees, the tendons, because we are symmetric, you're gonna save your knees a lot of problems. Okay, so the next one we like to do is Pabu. So Pabu is like a single leg squat, or some people call it the Cossack squat. Again, we need to keep our knees out, turn my foot out, turn the other foot out. All I'm going to do is drop my weight down to this side. Now you might start here. You do need good hips, good ankles for this. I've got a few injuries, coming back from injuries, so this isn't quite as easy as it used to be. So I'm building back into this one. So, but all we do is come down, squat. If we can, we keep that knee out, we keep that hand in there. And then we do both sides on that without getting distracted by the two crazy dogs charging around. Now, if your knees are starting to get better, you've got good knees, if you've got good ankle flexibility, you can do single leg squats. Now, I would say start with one toe touching and just lower yourself down as low as you can. You can hold onto something like this, lower yourself down. If you have your foot out, you lower yourself down. You can use the weight in your arm to push yourself up. Go as low as you feel comfortable. This is going to build the strength in your legs, in your knees. In the Chinese martial arts, we have moves where we put the foot behind the leg and we squat down there. And you'll see this in things like the sword and things like that, but you do need good ankle flexibility and strength for that one. But that's, only if you can do these. Don't force them, because you are going to put pressure on your knees, and we're trying to help your knees, not damage them. So, the next one, balance. Your isometric balances, they will help your feet. As I've mentioned before about the feet, start at the feet, build up. This will help your knees too. Isometric holds, balances. And last one is Tai Chi. In Tai Chi, we keep our alignment. So if I place my foot down, whenever we walk in Tai Chi, we're weight bearing. We come in, so it's like a balance, and we step here. We make sure that everything's engaged. We make sure that the feet are engaged, the knees are in line and engaged, the knees are over the feet, and then the hips are engaged. You two, you're so noisy. Yeah, you. So, again, Tai Chi is fantastic for your knees. It's brilliant for the hips, it's brilliant for the knees, and it's all to do with this weight bearing. You know, just our standing posture of dropping our weight. We're starting to do a Mabu, but at a high level. So if you find Mabu difficult, do a higher Mabu and do the standing post. Okay, so I'll probably have to take these dogs for a walk. So there's some ideas of how you can start to bring these exercises into your day, if you can hear me. Oh, you two. Oi, oi. Hi, hi, you two, over here, come here, come and sit, come with me, come here, come here. Okay, so there you go. So there we go. We have some exercises there. You can bring these into your day. You can just do one or two of them. I tend to do these throughout the day, just one or two, just to open the knees. I like the moving ones. You just do the moving ones, you know, just squatting down, coming back up, just to get your body moving. Every 15 minutes, if you did something like that, it's perfect, absolutely perfect. Put an arm on and start doing one of these exercises through your day. Okay, well, look after your knees. You only got two.